So this is going to be my story about how I quit my job to become a woodworker. Kind of. Let's get into it. So technically I did quit my job. I quit my job working at a dealership. The reason why I quit was due to time obligations that you spent at the dealership in relation to compensation that I got at the dealership. I always knew that I would want to be an owner of a business. Growing up, I always thought, hey, that'd be really cool to own my own business and be the owner and the boss, quote unquote. And through my early years, I didn't really know what that would look like. I didn't know if that would be owning something and buying a store or whatever that looked like. In my recent years, I decided to take up woodworking. I did woodworking back in high school, really enjoyed it. Lived in apartments though the entire time, so didn't really have the opportunity to really build anything. The moment I bought a house, I ended up building a workbench. That workbench was pretty bad and didn't really fit all the needs. It was too high. It was, wasn't the greatest workbench, wasn't the greatest thing, but it was, again, the first thing I built in a long time. Then my wife and I recently moved into a new house, and it actually had this shop and this garage in our basement off into the corner, and it was, I guess the previous owner used it as a shop for his woodworking or whatever he did. So when we moved here, that was one of the things that I said I wanted to do. I wanted to continue my woodworking and grow that and start building things. So over the last year and a half to almost 2 years that my wife and I have lived in our house, I've built this shop to what it looks like today. As you guys know, shops are always improving, hopefully improving, and this right now in its current iteration just changed a couple of weeks ago from this to this, and one of the biggest reasons why is I wanted to have a little bit more space here. So when I do furniture, I have more area to work, as well as building this outfeed table with the T-track in there. There's a couple of reasons why I wanted to do it this way and set it up this way. But back to the reason why you guys actually clicked on this video. So I quit my job just today, actually a couple hours ago. And I wanted to spend more time focusing on growing this business. So one of the things that I recently did was I upgraded the laser that I had. About a year ago, I purchased just a small Auteur laser, and I was doing cutting boards and engraving on those. So I recently decided to upgrade my laser so I can start doing engravings on tumblers and engravings on different metals and things along those lines. Tumblers are one of the big things that I wanted to do. I've been doing a lot of tumblers. So those are one of the things that I have been wanting to do. I also just recently purchased and put together a CNC machine. So my thought process is I want to eventually do this full time. So when I say I quit my job, I did technically quit my job. However, I do have another job that's lined up. The nice thing about this job is it is a 9 to 5. I very rarely will work weekends, and even when I do, I'll only be working until about 12 o'clock. And the current job, or the job that I was in before at the dealership, was not 9 to 5. It was more of an 8:30 to whenever. Most of the nights was 7. Sometimes it was later. Last night I didn't get home until about 9:45, and that really started to sit not well with me. Having time to spend with my wife and my family was more important to me than making money, more important to me than growing someone else's established business. So I thought I would stop doing what I did not like. I did not enjoy the job, and I decided that I was going to take a leap of faith and go to a little business that's going to pay me a little bit less money. However, I'm going to have more time to focus on growing my business and eventually taking this full time. So if you guys are new to the channel, which you probably are, because I think I got about 2 subscribers, so shout out to you 2 subscribers. But if you guys could please hit the subscribe button down below, where you are going to be uploading a few times a week, hopefully. Once I get my schedule down with my new job, I'll kind of get an upload schedule, but we are going to be uploading multiple times a week. This is one of the big things that I want to do in part of this is documenting going from being an employee to being an employer one day, hopefully. So this is going to be my intro video to that. So I will talk to you guys in the next video. Make sure you subscribe to see where this business goes, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.